Good morning to everyone. Today we are going to start chapter number 11, mensuration. So here, before starting the exercise question, here are some formulas related to the exercise. Okay. So first one is area of a square. Let everybody know that is side into side or side square. Area of a rectangle is equals to length into breadth. Then area of a triangle is equals to half into base into height. Area of a parallelogram is equals to L into H. Okay, in place of L we can also write it as a B, where L indicates the length, that means the breadth of the not length and breadth, it indicates the base of the parallelogram. So in place of L we can also write as B into H. Okay, then area of a square is equals to pi r square, where the value of pi is what? Everybody know pi value will be 22/7. While dividing this number we will get 3.14. So both are the value of a pi. Clear? The next formula is area of a trapezium is equals to half into a plus b into h. Area of a rhombus is equals to half into d1 into d2, that means product of the diagonals. Half into product of the diagonals, as rhombus is having the two diagonals d1 and d2, we will give it as a name. So product of the half into product of the diagonal is the formula for the area of a rhombus. Next one is a volume of a cuboid, that is length into breadth into height. Then next, volume of a cube is equals to length into length into length, that will be length cube, that is L cube. Next one is volume of a cylinder is equals to pi r square h. So these are the 10 formulas. Now 9 formulas again I will give you. More formulas are there, since the chapter is totally based on the formulas. So it is very important to know the formulas. The next one is diagonals of a cuboid is equals to length into breadth into height. Okay, total surface area of a cuboid is equals to 2 into LB, that means length breadth, plus length breadth, that means plus BH plus LH. Okay, next one is lateral surface area of a cuboid. Lateral surface area of a cuboid also indicates the curved surface area. That means another name for the lateral surface area is a curved surface area. It can also be said as lateral surface area or a curved surface area, that is 2 into L plus B into H. Diagonal of a cube is equals to root 3a. Okay, a is not inside the root. Then next one is total surface area of a cube is equals to 6a square. Then next one, the formula will be lateral surface area of a cube, that means curved surface area of a cube is equals to 4 into a square. Total surface area of a cylinder is equals to 2 pi r into h plus r. Okay, inside the bracket height and the radius will be added. Next one, lateral surface area of a cylinder is equals to 2 pi r h. Okay, pi value everybody know. Then 22/7. Lateral surface area of a cylinder is equals to 2 pi r h. The next one is area of a 4 walls of a room is equals to 2 into L plus B into H. So these are the formulas which is very important. So you have to write in your copy. So here are the questions for 11.1. What is the question? 11.1 says that a square and a rectangle field with measurements as given in the figure have the same perimeter. Which field has a larger area? Two figure is given, A and B, isn't it? So in that, area of a square and area of a rectangle we have to find. Both the field we have to find. Then after we have to compare which one will be the greater area. So what is the formula for area of a square? Is side into side. What is the formula for area of a rectangle? That is length into breadth, isn't it? While doing this we can easily find out which field has a larger area. Then next, question number 2. Mrs. Kosik has a square plot with the measurement as shown in the figure. So this one is the square plot, isn't it? It is given here. Then she wants to construct a house in the middle of the plot. So this one is the plot, isn't it? So here she wants to construct a house. Then what is said again in the question? a garden is developed around the field. So here this one is the garden. Clear? Then find the total cost of developing a garden around the house at the rate of rupees 55 per meter square. So we have to, what we have to find it? We have to find the garden cost of a garden. If 1 meter per meter square rate is 55, then first we are going to find the total area of the garden. That means, see here the garden is, this one is the interior part of the garden, isn't it? This one is the exterior part of the garden. So separately we have to find the interior and exterior part of the garden. Then what we have to do? Then after finding that, we have to find the total area of the garden, isn't it? After finding the total area of the garden, then only we can multiply with the cost. So in this way you have to solve. While solving the question, it will be more easy. Now the third one, the shape of a garden is a rectangle, is in the rectangular in the middle and semicircular at the ends as shown in the figure. Find the area of the perimeter of this garden. So what is given here? Here a garden, here a rectangular garden is given. This one is the rectangular garden, but the side of a rectangular garden is in the form of a semicircle. Okay, so here remember students, the breadth, this is the length 20 meter given, breadth here 7 meter is given. So this 7 meter is considered as the diameter of the value of diameter of the semicircle is 7. So while finding the radius, it will be 7 by 2, isn't it? That will be 3.5. So this diameter is included in the inside the rectangular field. So this we have to keep in mind, that its perimeter of the semicircle is included inside the rectangle. Okay, then here one more thing I would like to explain you, that here two semicircles is there, first semicircle and this one is the second semicircle. So both the semicircle will be involved in the question. Next, question number 4. What the question number 4 says, that a flooring tiles has the shape of a parallelogram whose base is 24 centimeter and the corresponding height is 10 centimeter. How many tiles, such tiles are required to cover the floor of 1080 meter square? So here student, here 24 centimeter given, 10 centimeter given, we can easily find the area, isn't it? While multiplying 24 into 10, we can easily find the area of that. Now it is asked to find the number of tiles, isn't it? While to find the number of tiles, what we have to do? We have to see the area of the floor is given as 1080 meter square. Remember, it is given in the form of meter square, and the area of a floor which we had found out is given in the form of a centimeter square, isn't it? As we know that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter, isn't it? So 1 meter square, here we are talking only 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. If we are talking about 1 meter square, that means 100 into 100 it will be, since it is centimeter square, that's why. So this number will be get multiplied with 1080 while solving the question. Okay, next, an ant is moving around a few food pieces of a different shape scattered on the floor. That means food shape is given in the form of ABC. The diagram is given, isn't it? That are the food pieces. Then what will be the, what is asked in the question, for which food piece would the ant have to take a longer round? That means here longer round, that means it will be walked through the boundary of the foods, isn't it? So here we have to find individually, we have to find the perimeter of each of the figure. Then it will be easy to find how in which figure the ant has to travel longer distance. Okay, now let's see these are the explanations of the question. Let's see the solution of it. So 11.1 first question, as I told you that A and B, one is the square and another one is a rectangle, isn't it? Now here it is said that which will occur the more, as it is said area, isn't it? So here it is asked that whose area will be larger, whether the rectangle area will be larger or the square area will be the larger. So first what we have to do is, the breadth of the rectangle is given here, this one is the length is given, isn't it? Breadth we will consider it as x. Length is given 80 meter, breadth is not given, so let the breadth of the rectangle be x. As we know that in the question itself it is said that the perimeter of the rectangle is equals to the perimeter of a square. This is the perimeter of a rectangle and this one is the perimeter of a square. Both of the figures perimeters are equal. So perimeter of rectangle formula is 2 into L plus B, where perimeter of a square formula is 4 into side. L value we are having 80, 2 comes from the formula, breadth we had considered as x. Now 4 comes from the formula and the value of side is, what is the side of the square, that is 60. So 4 into 60 is 240. Then this 2 will get inside and multiplied with 80 as well as with x. So 2 into 80 will be 160. Then plus sign, 2 into x will be 2x. Now this 160 will be going to transpose and it will be subtracted from 240. The result we will get as 2x is equals to 80. Now when x is equals to 80 divided by 2, hence the value of breadth is 40 meter. Clear everyone how we had finded the breadth? Breadth will be the 40 meter. Now after finding the breadth, what we have to do? We have to find the area, because in the question it is asked that either the area of a square or a rectangle, whose area will be larger. So with the help of a perimeter and the condition that perimeter of a square is equals to perimeter of the rectangle, we are going to find the breadth of the rectangle. Then after finding the breadth, we are going to find the area of the rectangle, that is L into B. B value, that is breadth, we had already finded that 80 and length is already given in the question. So 40 into 80 is 3200 meter square. Since it is an area, so the meter will be get multiplied with the another, so it will be meter square. In the same way, area of the square is equals to side into side. So side is 60 into 60 is 3600 meter square. Thus the area of the rectangle is larger than the area of the area of the square is larger than the area of the rectangle. Why it is larger? Because 3600 meter square is greater than 3200 meter square, where 3600 meter square is the area of a square, while 3200 meter square is the area of the rectangle. So whose area will be greater? That is square's area will be the greater. Clear everyone? Next question number 2. In this question it is asked about a garden, isn't it? A house is there and outside a house one garden is there. Okay, the inner garden and the outer area of the garden first we have to find, and the cost we have to find, that is 55 rupees per rate, hasn't it? So in this, how to find? Let's look. Length of the inner garden is given as 20 meter, already defined in the question itself, isn't it? Then breadth of the inner garden is 15 meter. So what will be the area of the inner garden? That is length into breadth. So 20 meter into 15 meter, that will be 300 meter square. Then after next, area length of the outer garden. Garden is having the two boundaries, isn't it? Then length of the outer garden is 25 meter. Breadth of the outer garden is given how much? 25 meter. So what will be the area of the outer garden? That is length into breadth. So 25 meter into 25 meter will be 625 meter square. Now after finding the inner and outer area of the garden, what we have to do? We have to find the area of the garden actually. So what we have to do? We have to subtract the area of the outer garden with the area of the inner garden. Okay, so 625 meter square is the area of the outer garden and 300 meter square is the area of the inner garden. While subtracting both the area, we will get the area of the garden, that is 325 meter square. Now what is the cost required for gardening, developing a garden around the house, that is rupees 55 per meter square. Per meter square, that means 1 meter square required 55 rupees, and total meter square area we are having as 325. So how much cost is needed? For that, what we have to do, we have to multiply 325 into 55, isn't it? Then only we will get the actual rate for developing. So what will be the actual rate for developing? That is 17,875 rupees is required for developing that garden. Clear everyone? Next, question number 3. What is said in question number 3? Length of the rectangular garden, as it is said about the semi-rectangular. The garden is in the form of a rectangle, and the eye side of the garden is in the form of a semicircle. Like this it is said, isn't it? Here the length is given as 7, and here 20 it is given, isn't it? So here, from seeing the figure itself, we can know that length of the garden is total 20, starting from the corner, from end to end it is length is 20, isn't it? Then this 7 is considered as the breadth of the semicircle. So that breadth, in order to find the length of the garden, that means particular the length is length of the rectangular garden is from here to here, isn't it? In order to find this length, what we have to do, 20 minus 7 we will do, that will be 13, which is the length of the garden. Clear how we had finded the length of garden? Why we had finding like this? Because the total length is given as 20, but semicircle area we have, semicircle length we have to subtract, isn't it? That's why here from the minus we are going to do. So what is the length of the rectangular garden is? That is 20 meter minus 7 is equals to 13 meter. Breadth of the rectangular garden is equals to 7 meter. Then with the help of length and breadth, we can easily find out the area of the rectangular garden, that is 13 meter into 7 meter will be equals to 91 meter square. Clear? Now, as the diameter is given as 7 meter, so with the help of that diameter we can easily find the radius, isn't it? Diameter is equals to r by 2. Diameter is 7. When we have to find the radius, it will be divided by 2. So what is the radius we are having? That is 3.5. 7.7 by 2 will be divided, then we will get 3.5. Now what is the area of the first semicircle? Since we are having the two semicircle here, this is the first semicircle and this is the second semicircle, so both the area of the semicircle we have to find it, isn't it? So what will be the formula for the semicircle of a circle? So area of a circle is equals to, formula is pi r square, isn't it? Since it is said about the semicircle, so the formula will be get divided by 2. So what is the actual formula for the area of a semicircle? Will be pi r square by 2. Okay, so this half comes from the formula. Okay, pi value is 22 by 7 and r value is 7 by 2. Okay, so here 2 one time and this 22 will be 11 time get cancelled. So what is the number left out here? 7 and 7 again get cancelled. So 11 into 7 will be 77 and 2 into 2 will be 4. So 77 upon 4 meter square will be the area of the semicircle, first area of the semicircle. Similarly, for second semicircle, the area will be remain same because both the semicircles having the same diameter, isn't it? So it will be again 77 upon 4 meter square. Now next what we have to do is, we have to find the total area of the garden. In order to find the total area of the garden, area of the rectangle will be added. What is the area of the rectangle we are having? That is 91, isn't it? That will be added with the area of the first semicircle as well as the area of the second semicircle. Now the denominator of 91 is nothing, that means 1 will be there. We have to add all the numbers taking the LCM. So 91, 4 comes in table of 1 how many times? 4 times itself. So 91 into 4 plus 77 into 1, because 4 comes in table of 4 one time, that's why. Okay, so here it will be solved. Now after solving this, after taking the LCM, what we have to do, after taking the LCM we have to multiply the number. So 91 into 4, it will be 364, and 77 into 1 will be 77 itself. Now 364 plus 77 plus 77 will be added, and it will become 518. Okay, then 518 meter square will be divided by 4, so we will get the answer as 129.5 meter. Clear up to here, everyone? Now the next question is perimeter of the, not next question, the continuation of the same question. Okay, this is the question number 3 is going on only. Perimeter of a rectangular garden is equals to 2 into L plus B. Okay, as I told you that if we are talking about the perimeter, since this is a rectangular garden, okay, this is the breadth, and this breadth will act as a perimeter's diameter. That's why this will be excluded from the both the side. So here the breadth will be considered as 0. So 2 into 13 will be the perimeter of the rectangular. Understood why we had excluded? Since that particular part of that rectangle is included in the semicircle. So we are going, while finding the perimeter of a rectangular garden, we have to exclude that area. That means breadth will be excluded. Okay. Then 2 into 13 will be 26 meter. Then circumference of a first semicircle is pi r. Pi, that means 22 by 7. R is 7 by 2. So it will be multiplied. We will get 11 meter. Next again semicircle. Second semicircle will be again 11 meter. As in 11 meter. So total perimeter of the garden will be perimeter of the rectangle plus perimeter of the first semicircle plus perimeter of the second semicircle will be 26 meter plus 11 meter plus 11 meter will be how much? 48 meter. Understood up to here? Now what is asked in the question actually? What is the area? So area of the garden is how much? That is, we had find it as 129.5 meter square, as well as the perimeter of the garden we had find it as 48 meter square. That means both the things you have to find using the semicircle as well as the rectangle formula. Next question number 4. What the question number 4 says that here in this question number 4, a floor is given. Okay, that floor area is given as 1080 meter. Its area is given. Okay, now it is asked that how many tiles, number of tiles will be adjusted in the floor like this, isn't it? So how many number of tiles will be required? Number of tiles it is asked. So how many number of tiles is required to cover this area of the floor? So area of the floor is 1080 meter square. Area of the floor is already given. Okay, one of the tiles whose length is given as 24 and breadth is given as 10 centimeter. Now how many number of tiles will be required whose length is 24 and breadth is 10 centimeter to be covered this area? Remember students, area of the floor is given in the meter square form and area of one tiles is given in the form of centimeter. So last you have to convert meter into centimeter. Clear? So here length of the tiles is 24 centimeter, breadth of a tiles is 10 centimeter. So what will be the area of the tiles is? That is 240 centimeter square. Multiplying 24 centimeter into 10 centimeter will be 240 centimeter square. Clear? Next, what we have to find here? Number of tiles required to cover the floor, isn't it? Cover the floor. That will be area of the floor upon area of tiles. A tiles, that means one tiles. Okay. Then area of a floor is given as 1080 meter square and area of the tiles is 240 centimeter square. As we know that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter is there, isn't it? And if we are talking about 1 meter square, that means centimeter, 100 centimeter into 100 centimeter will be centimeter square. Here 1 meter into 1 meter, isn't it? That will be 1 meter square. Meter will be multiplied and will be a meter square. But 1 will multiply, will remain 1 itself, isn't it? So 100 into 100, it will become how much? It will be 4 zeros, 10,000 it will become. So this is very essential to know while calculating this, because since here both the areas are different by their units. One is in the form of meter square and another is in the form of centimeter square. So we are going to convert meter square in the form of centimeter square. So have you understood why we had multiplying here 100 into 100? Because what we have to do, we are converting this meter into centimeter. That's why we had multiplied 100 into 100. So while multiplying, we will get 1080 into 100 into 100 upon 240. Doing the calculations, first we will going to cancel the zeros, then cutting by the table of 2. After that we will get, while dividing, we will get the answer as 45,000. So total number of tiles required to cover the floor of area 1080 meter square is 45,000 tiles are required to cover that area. Okay. Now next question, last question of this exercise is, here it is given, here it is talking about ant. Okay. Now food is spread on the floor. Okay. So an ant is to be started traveling from the first figure. So he is used to start from here and he covers AB distance and coming back to A, starting from A, and again he has to travel AB distance, then BA distance, and again he is coming to the initial position. So by the help of that we are going to find the boundary, isn't it? Boundary, that means perimeter we have to find. Then after, in the second figure, a curve is there. Starting from A, he will travel a curve, then after he will move to BC, then CD, then after DA. In the same way, starting from A, he will walk as AC, CB, then BA, isn't it? So all together the explanation of the questions is only to find the perimeter of these three figures. Okay, so let's see the solution. So first, an ant starts from point A. Distance moved is arc AB plus BC. Why it is saying about arc? Because this one is an AB is an arc itself, isn't it? Arc, that means perimeter we are going to find. So distance moved by an ant is equals to arc AB plus BA. If he is going to start from one place, again if he is moving from A, isn't it? So first he has to move from the arc AB, then again he has to come at the initial point, isn't it? So what is arc AB? Arc AB is the boundary, that means perimeter of a semicircle, whereas AB, it is in the form of a semicircle itself, isn't it? So AB is the diameter. So diameter value is already given in the question itself, in the figure, that is 2.8, whereas perimeter of a semicircle is what? Perimeter of a semicircle, pi r dividing by 2, we will get the formula pi r. So what is the perimeter of a semicircle? Formula is pi r. Pi value is 22 by 7. R diameter is already given 2.8. Dividing it by 2, we will get the radius as 1.4. So 22 upon 7 into 1.4 plus the diameter, that is AB value is 2.8. Now 7 ones are and 7 twos are, that means 0.2. This 1.4 will be get divided, isn't it? Now after dividing that, what you will get? We will get the required answer, isn't it? Since now this will be ones are, this will be 0.2. So 22 into 0.2 will be 4.4. Then 4.4 will be added with 2.8. The answer will be 7.2 centimeter. So what is the area of the first figure that ant has to travel is, what is the, sorry, not area, it is perimeter. So what is the perimeter or distance traveled by ant in the first figure is 7.2 centimeter. Next, distance in the second figure. Okay, so arc AB plus BC plus CD plus DA. Since the distance is more, the arc is like this, isn't it? So A, B, C, D, like this it is. So if we start from A, then like this, A, B, B, C, C, D, and then arc, like this it has to cover the distance. So arc AB plus BC plus CD plus DA we have to solve, isn't it? So arc, that means perimeter formula will be there, perimeter of a semicircle, isn't it? That is pi r. Pi value is 22/7, r value is 1.4. Then BC value is already given in the diagram, is 1.5 centimeter. CD value is also given in the diagram, that is 2.8 centimeter. DA value is given as 1.5 centimeter. Adding 1.5 plus 2.8 plus 1.5 centimeter, all these three when we are going to add, we will get the answer 5.8 centimeter. Now this 22/7 into 1.4 will be get cancelled as 0.2. Now while multiplying this 22 into 0.2, we will get the answer as 4.4. So this 4.4 will be added with 5.8 centimeter to get the answer as 10.2 centimeter. Clear everyone? Then after the last part, C part, distance moved, arc AB plus BC plus CA. So arc, as we know, that is this a semicircle, so pi r, and BC is 2 centimeter given in the figure, CA is also 2 centimeter given in the figure. Okay, then 22/7 into 1.4, while solving we will get 4.4 centimeter plus 2 centimeter plus 2 centimeter will be 4 centimeter. So 4.4 plus 4 centimeter will be 8.4 centimeter. So first area of the figure, first perimeter of the figure will is 7.2. Second figure distance traveled by an ant is 10.2 centimeter, and in the C figure, C part, 8.4 centimeter, isn't it? So what is the total distance here? Not total distance, in which distance he has to travel the larger. That means in figure A, B and C, isn't it? From the figure A, B and C, what is the figure A? We are having a perimeter. Figure A perimeter is 7.2 centimeter. Figure B is 10.2 centimeter, and figure third is 8.4 centimeter. Now whose perimeter is larger? The second one, that is B part. So ant has to travel more distance in the second figure, that is 10.2 centimeter compared to the figure 1 and figure 3. Clear everyone? So my dear students, please draw the diagram, because while understanding, while solving the questions, it is very important to know the diagrams. Okay, so while solving the questions in your copy, please draw the diagrams. Clear? Tomorrow we are going to do the next exercise. So for today, thank you everyone.